would you mind say? Today you play, tomorrow you lay. It's all coded in your birthday. Hey, 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 what the mood you mind say? Watch your weight before it's too late. Cut out that pie.
Hello and welcome to Celebrity Decoded, a weekly show based on the book The Mooji Man Codes, written by Daniel Adams. And in this show, we decode your favorite deceased celebrities, showing you whether they died before or after their allotted date of death. The Mooji Man Codes theory is that our date of birth and our given birth name are loaded with secret information that impact our entire life, such as our total lifespan, our date of death, our age of death, and several other bits of information. So join us today as we break down the Mooji Man Codes for the 27 Club, the group of famous celebrities who died at the age of 27. Although the club consists of 40 members, we're going to go into the most famous ones, such as Janis Joplin, Kurt Cobain, Jimi Hendrix, Jim Morrison, Brian Jones, and Amy Winehouse. So today we'll be decoding 27 Club member Janis Joplin, the first one on our list. So Janis Joplin was born Janis Lynn Joplin on January 19th, 1943 in Port Arthur, Texas, to Dorothy and Seth Joplin. She was never married and had no children, and died October 4th, 1970 of a heroin overdose. She was one of the most influential singer-songwriters of the 1960s. Now Daniel, so in case you guys are just starting to watch us now, maybe we could just do a quick recap of episode 1 where you discuss what the Mooji Man Codes are. First things first.
All right. Brittany, as we said in episode 1, that the Mooji Man Codes, we say theory because it's not accepted fact yet by the scientific community or anybody else. It's just so that keeps it in the theory column. But it's basically, like he says, the Mooji Man theory is the idea or the theory that basically our destiny is pre-coded into our DNA, so to speak, and it manifests itself in the form of a birth date. So a birth date would be like a barcode, on a product.
So, and it kind of the Mooji Man Codes, it sort of gives us a bit of a lot of time, almost like a fuel gauge, sort of, in a way, right?
That's a nice way to put it. Now, I didn't put that in my book, but I think I'm going to use that next time.
All right, I am a cunning linguist.
Yes,
so I think you guys got the idea. So I think we need to go into Miss Janis now.
Oh, so Janis Joplin, very famous, and as you said before, that the club is made up of many members.
Yeah, about 40.
Yeah, and for the audience, I want to make sure that the audience understand that we are not just focusing on just the 6 members and forget the others. I personally, and yes, I did personally, did the Mooji Man Codes for every single known member of the 27 Club. So, I want to just let you know, and the audience also, that some of these people, even though they belong in the 27 Club, were closer to like a 28 Club.
Yeah.
So some of them died closer to like their 28th birthday, but the numbers, it's not something it's worth arguing. They were the 27 Club, but you can argue that.
Yeah, some might have been closer to 26. Some might have had a coded age closer to 28.
That type of thing. Yeah. So Janis Joplin, January 19th, 1943, October 4, 1970. That's her the numbers that I use. So first we look at the person, and I wanted to let you know in the audience also that the Mooji Man Codes, we are not too concerned with a person's lifestyle. We look at it.
Right, because I was going to say, these guys are rock stars. And, as the saying goes, live fast, die young, leave a beautiful corpse.
Right, and that's true, but the Mooji Man Codes, even though we focused on well-known celebrities, but we do mom and pops. Most of my personal readings that I get via the website are from average, ordinary people that read the website and want a reading to see if their father died too young or at the right age. And
it sort of gives them a sense of closure.
Exactly. And I'll give you an example of what I mean by that before we start looking at Miss Janis Joplin in more detail. One of the first reading requests that I got was from a young lady, and her grandfather died almost 40 years ago. But he was 62, I believe,
Mm-hmm.
and relatively a young man.
Yeah.
And but her whole family for all the last 40 years, they were troubled by the fact that he was so healthy, was strong, and
Right.
he just died.
Yeah.
And
Just
so
came out of the blue. Yeah.
and this is her grandfather.
Yeah.
So she wanted to know if he actually died when he was supposed to. And I did his Mujiman code, and I was able to inform her that he died 6 months, I believe, before his actual coded age, which was 63, I believe.
Yeah. So it was pretty much on the nose for that reading.
Yeah. So I'm saying that it's not just about celebrities, even though the show is
Right.
Celebrities Decoded. Anyone.
Because it's intriguing.
Yeah. Well, I think it's a little easier to talk about somebody that everybody knows
Oh,
about.
yeah.
But as far as the codes themselves, it's not exclusive to celebrities. I just thought I'll mention that in
right.
there. Yeah. And now, since we're talking about the members of the 27th Club, we are mainly focused on showing you within that person's birth date and their birth name where they were coded for that 27. Now, with the Mujiman codes, we look at a couple of factors. We don't just look at any one particular thing. So we look at different factors and we cross-reference the information.
Okay.
So for example, January 19th, we don't look at the letters January yet. We look at 01.
Right. Okay.
So we start with 01191943. Okay, so those are the numbers. Same here with October will be
104004.
Oh,
Oh,
you have to
04.
put
There we
that
go.
zero in because that zero could be important.
Right.
Yeah. So it'll be 10041970.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
so that's what we look at. Let's look at some basic information about Miss Joplin, for example.
Yeah, I was gonna say this looks more. What is all this business here? It looks almost like a Chinese algebra book.
This is the part that I can show you.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
as you can see, I do a lot of scribbling.
Yeah.
And this is actually how I started out the code, scribbling. And today, even though I have a more scientific way of arriving at the codes themselves, but I don't have a computer program designed to
Right.
plug a number in and it gives me all this
Yeah.
information. I actually have to figure it out. So that's why, pardon my my scratches here, but that's what this is.
Right. And since you're dealing with individuals, like even though there is a bit of a formula, it's not always formulaic.
Yeah.
Right.
And the thing is, like I said, it's a Mujiman codes analysis. We actually analyze the numbers. So you have to really look at it. And hopefully maybe 20, 30 years from now, we'll have it down to a science where we can punch the information and the computer does all the trick.
Yeah.
But for now, I'm that computer.
Yeah.
So let's look at, for example, her coded age was 28.
Really?
Yeah. So she died at age 27. And you say, wow.
Yeah.
How do I know that?
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
Now we'll get to that in a little bit, but I want to show you how we arrive at this information. So some of the first piece of data that we look at is what we call her core numbers, and that's CORE for those of you that don't understand my Caribbean accent. CORE numbers, and those are basic numerology calculations.
Right.
Those are just basic. I use those on the Mujiman codes as a reference so I can look at the pieces of data.
Right.
So that's in her case, her what we call her life path was a 1.
Okay.
Her birthday number was a 1. Her heart desire number is a 2. Her personality was a 5, and her expression number is a 9. Now these numbers are important for a reason, and we'll show you that in a minute.
Okay.
The other piece of information that we actually look at is the actual birthday number, birth date itself, like I showed you over here. So we look at this actual piece of information, and then we look at her actual death. The third piece of information that we look at, and this is for every single Mujiman codes that we do. The process is basically the same. And then you look here, and this is her. We look at the person. As a matter of fact, let's go back here.
Yeah.
We look at the person's actual name chart, what we call her name chart.
Right.
So, and within all these three pieces of information, is the codes that we extrapolate. We show you, and we show you within those three pieces of information where all this information comes from.
Okay.
Now, I have to tell you, it's not here, so you're not going to see it, but I do have a little secret formula that I work just for the birthday.
Okay.
And that's in the engine, the heart of the Muji Man codes itself. Because there I take the actual date of birth and I extract that information. But I have a special secret little formula. I don't share that with you or the general public just yet. Hopefully one day I will. But,
well, I mean, neither did Dr. Pepper or KFC. Those are all secret formulas too. So I guess we'll just have to go with it.
Yeah, but I'm still in the process of analyzing all that stuff. So before I share that with the public, I want to make sure that it's right. So in Janis Joplin's case, and again, we do not get too far into her lifestyle.
Right.
The charts, I don't look for whether the person died because of drugs or anything like that. I don't feel that that's my business. What I look at just the raw data. So in Janis Joplin's...
okay, so let's see. Actually, let's have a look at the chart.
Okay.
Yeah.
As you look at Janis Joplin, and again, this is a limited amount of time we have for the show, so I can't explain all this stuff here to you. But basically, what I'll try to show you, like with Janis Joplin, is where her coded age and where her actual death age is coded.
Okay.
And I would tell you that if you look at her name, within her name, Janis, you can see right here is the 28, and you go right there, it's 27.
Yeah, and it's interesting that you do that because there might have been other people that sort of had the same lifespan as her, but it's interesting that you incorporate the name because that makes it more targeted towards the individual.
Yeah, and that's why the Muji Man codes is very specific to the individual, because not only in this one particular name, and some of the people, as you'll see in other folks, that the 27 or the coded age or other bits and pieces of information is on different lines. It's not just it might be in a second name, it might be in a first and second name,
and it has to be the birth name, because celebrities sometimes go by their stage names and everything, but you have to go by the actual birth name. So we're looking at Janice Lynn Joplin as opposed to just Janis Joplin.
And so that's basically, and for the purpose of the show, I'm just showing you here that as you can see,
Janice.
as you can see, lots and lots of other information. But we don't have much time for that. But if you look here, this is the actual.
It's sort of her barcode.
The Muji
Man code.
And again, if you looked at the barcode, you would see there's always that first number in front, and there's followed by 5 numbers. And if you look all the way through, you see the same pattern. Now here, because it's a code, I actually break it down a little bit further, because you see all these dashes and all this. This actually gives me information that I use, that I look at. So, for example, when you look at her actual date, date of age of death, for example, it if you add these numbers up right here, you get 27. So
that's the 39, the 2, the 1, the 3 on that top line there. Right.
So you'll add all those up and you break it, reduce it down, and you'll get 27. Yeah. So basically, what it is that these breaks tells me what I need to do when I look at the information. And again, the 3 pieces of information that we focus on in the Muji Man codes is the age of death, the coded age, and the date of death. So those are the 3 basic pieces of.
Those are the 3 columns of.
Because the coded age, I have to be able to say, okay, you were coded at age 38, but you actually died. I didn't change your death age. You actually died at 37. So, for example, if someone is coded at 82 and they died at 17, then I know there is something that's too wide of a gap.
Off,
that's just too wide. So I have to be able to cross-reference and see where that information is. Yeah. Now, what happens is with the actual date of birth, that information that I'm showing you is actually coded into that into this 0119191943. So I tell you what, my math, I can't really think too good today. So I'm gonna have you do.
Oh, no.
I'm gonna have you do the honors. Let me fix your pen right here, and let me have you try to
Making
decode.
me do math?
Yeah, let's have you decode Miss Janice's job.
So I'll just write on here then.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right.
Just let's have you do it. So we are looking for the number 27 or 28. So look, especially I tell you what, since we focus on the 27 club, let's look for the 27 within her actual birth date itself.
Her actual birth date itself?
Birth date,
okay,
yeah.
so January 19th, 1943,
Right.
it's 01191943. Okay, so I mean, I guess I'll just it sort of looked like you were adding the single digits in the code, so I'll just try the same with this and see where it gets me. Okay, so 01 and 19 is 11, and then 1 plus 9 plus 4 plus 3 is, 1 plus 9 is 10, plus 4 plus 3, that's 17. So 11 plus 17 actually comes to 28,
Beautiful.
which is our coded age.
That's
okay.
That's beautiful.
I could do math. I did it. I actually did it.
That's very, very
I
excellent.
would like to thank my first grade teacher, Mrs. Winsky, for giving me single addition just for this moment.
Okay, so that's beautiful. Now we got her 28, as you can see right here from her name, as the chart on the wall shows. So that's her 28. Now let's see if we can find her 27, which is her actual date, age of death. Let's see if we can find that.
Okay.
So remember I said before that we look at her
the numerology.
her coded age, her core numbers. So now let's look at it and see what we find. Let's add, I tell you what, since my brain is not functioning too good, let's try add 11.
Okay, so that's 11.
Plus 2.
Plus 2.
How much is that?
Well, 11 plus 2 is 13.
Oh, okay, great.
Yeah.
And then let's add 5 plus 9.
And that's 14.
Okay. And add those two numbers together, see what we get.
It's 27.
So that's beautiful. And that's why I said that these numbers, that's the purpose. So, and we look within her actual name, you see, this is, and I'll flip it again. So within her actual name itself, we get that 27 code.
Okay. So this first column here, that's the corresponding numbers to the
Right,
letters
to
of her...
letters,
yeah, okay,
exactly.
got it.
And I don't want to bore you or the audience by explaining all these numbers and all this stuff, but I just want to show you that all the pieces of information is pre-coded into her actual birth date. And for the audience at home, I'd like for you to take your birth date or someone that you know who might have died, or even Janice's birth date, and see if you can figure it out for yourself, like Brittany just did here. And you know, it's funny that you said that, because in my book, The Moji Man Codes, I specifically left out any type of formulas for arriving at the codes, because I wanted people to read the idea of the theory and not focus too much on how this thing works.
Right.
I wanted them to get in their minds the idea that this that birth date is actually pre-coded with a whole bunch of secret information.
Like we mentioned in the first episode, we want to inspire a spark.
Right. So I want to challenge people, and I said that in the book, is I want to challenge you. I'm not giving you the code, but I want to give you an idea. And you can take that idea and see if you can figure it out by looking at your own personal information. Because if you were to call me on the internet or on the phone and say, well, my birthday is 9/7/83 or whatever, and you could be lying. I don't know who you are. You know, but if you sat there and figured it out, then you might say, wow, maybe there is something to this after all. So, and in fairness to the codes itself, I want to show you again these codes, these numbers. Every single one of these
stretch on the bottom.
This long stretch. Every one of these numbers actually means something, and that's my job right now to analyze these numbers. And anyone can do it once I show you how to do it.
Yeah.
But basically everything that's pre-coded into your destiny or whatever, it's within these numbers. You just have to be able to find it. So that's basically it. But for today's show, I just don't have the time. I can't sit here and decode every single bit and piece of information.
Right.
And I'll be fair to you and the audience at home. Anyone who wants a full report and find out what all this gibberish is all about, you can go to the website and you can order the complete report.
Yeah.
from on Janis Joplin and the other people that we do. So you can actually, if you want to see how these numbers all work, or even better yet, forget about the celebrities. Find somebody within your own family or friends or somebody that you personally knew who died, and you want to get some closure and to actually see that information. That would probably be a better way. And again, a shameless plug. I want to say www.themujimancodes.com and check the report.
So yeah, folks, it's all coded in your birth date and your birth name. So visit our website, www.themujimancodes.com. Look into our Facebook and our Twitter, and you can also order a personal reading to see what's coded in your birth date. And don't forget to join us next time on Celebrities Decoded as we look into Kurt Cobain. All right, everyone. So as we say goodbye, remember, it's on your birthday. Have an awesome Muji Man Day.
Hey, 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 what the Moochie Man say? Today you